Alright, so exponential growth equations and decay ones, the general formula is y equals a, then 1 plus r raised to the t power. The decay is exactly the same, the only thing that's different is it's going to be 1 minus r, or your rate raised to the t power. So a represents the beginning amount. Okay, so what you start with. And then r represents your rate, and be careful, I'm going to put in parentheses, always change to a decimal. And if you want to know decimal, okay, r represents, oh, we just said what r was, but t is your time, it's usually measured in years, okay, and y is your final amount. Okay, so if you look at these examples, you have to decide whether it's growth or decay, and then you just plug in your variables. So it says, suppose you go to your bank and deposit $3,000 in your savings account. You find out that your bank has a 3% annual interest rate. So your original amount is going to be $3,000. Your growth factor is 3%, and we're going to write an equation. So we're going to say y equals, now a is my initial amount, and since it is growing, it's going to be 1 plus. Now 3% as a decimal is 0.03, so 1 plus 0.03, all raised to the t power. Okay. And I guess technically t, if we wanted to, we could use x instead, because you usually use x and y. So I'll use x and y. Okay, so what does x represent? Well, x represents time, and y represents final amount. Okay, how much money will you have in your bank after 3 years? So what's going to happen is 1.03 is going to be raised to the third power. So you can go ahead and grab your calculator when you enter it in, do 1.03 raised to the third power, and then multiply that by 3,000. So you're going to end up having $3,278.18. Okay, here's an example of decay for the next one. So your original amount is $14,000. Growth factor is 4%. When we write our equation, it's going to be y equals starting amount, $14,000. And this time it's going to be 1 minus, now 4% of decimal is 0.04, so 1 minus 0.04 to the x power. Again, x represents time, y represents final amount. And then what will the car be worth in 6 years? So I'm going to say y equals 14,000, and then 1 minus 0.04 is 0.96 raised to the 6th power, so 0.96, grab a calculator, raised to the 6th power, enter, times 14,000. So the car has now lost money, and it's worth only $10,958.61. Alright, so that is it. Let me know if you have any questions.